Hello and welcome to day one of the 19-day challenge. If you haven't watched the intro video, go back and watch that because there's some important information in there about how this is all going to run and what you're getting yourselves in for. So we're going to do a 19-day challenge. There's going to be different challenges each day. Some of them will be more sort of like informational based and just giving you some hints and tips on how to train certain things. Other than will be little challenges. I want you guys to get involved, post pictures, post videos, and essentially it's going to be packed full of boredom busters. Things for you to do with your dogs in this time of crisis where we've got to stay at home and potentially self-isolate for days or weeks on end. So go back and watch that intro video first if you haven't. The second thing is you've got to sign up for the emails, okay? Sign up for the emails and make sure that you're receiving those. The website is dd19, dd19 to 19 days, .deldersdogs.com. dd19.deldersdogs.com. That'll take you to a landing page. You can sign up for the emails. That is the only way to get access to the special guest speakers. I've managed to get a few guys to come on. We've got Claire Lawrence from 3 Steps to Silence talking about barking dogs. She's best-selling author. We've got Katie coming on and talking about enclosed dog fields. That's an important one for people in Milton Keynes, okay? We've got a couple of enclosed dog fields. What can you do when you get there apart from throw a ball or just walk around with your dog? We're going to be talking about doggy parkour, doing bits of scent work once you're in the enclosed field, and lots of other things that you can do. I've got a veterinary lecturer coming on talking about vaccinations, the good, the bad, the ugly, whether or not you should teeter test, get vaccinated, not vaccinate, all of those good stuff. And then we've got at least one more person coming on and talking about nutrition, just talking about raw, DIY versus complete, talking about kibble, talking about the good kibble and the bad kibble. Talking about the fresh food, the sort of, the newer types of things like the butternut box, the difference dogs. There's a few things like that. And those are, at least those guys should be coming on and giving you some special guests and some special information. So sign up for the emails. But day one, and day one is probably one of my most favourite subjects, enrichment, okay? So when I talk about enrichment, I mean food toys for dogs in this sense. That's all we're talking about today. Food toys for dogs. I'm going to go through my top 5 food toys, my top 5 food enrichment toys for dogs, ones that would always be included in the puppy pack. I've just finished puppy classes, probably the last puppy classes I'm going to be doing for a while. I've told them all that we're going to be doing them online from now on, so I'm just dettoing the hell out of this place and then getting out of it and going home. So one of the things I always mention which surprises people in puppy classes is that I don't feed my dogs from a bowl until they're about a year old. And I do that for 2 reasons. Number one is because if they're eating, they're not causing trouble. So they're not chewing my table legs, they're not bothering me, they're not messing around, they're not digging holes, they're not doing anything wrong. If they're eating, they can't be doing anything wrong. Bonus, tick. The second thing is that it tires them out. So it's physically and mentally tiring for the dog, which means they're less likely to do more stuff wrong and less likely to get into trouble after they've finished having a biscuit ball or whatever it is that they're having. So I'm going to talk you through my top 5 enrichment toys for dogs. Coming in at number 1 is the snuffle mat. Not number 1, number 5 is the snuffle mat. Now, I love these things. They're absolutely awesome for dogs, but I'll tell you why they didn't come any higher than top 5 for me. And the reason is because destructive dogs will pull this stuff out and will tear it apart. And if they're slightly too frustrated or over, adolescent sort of really excitable dogs, they just flip them up and all the treats come flying out. And then you've got a problem because then that just defies the whole point of it. But if you've got a dog that's quite calm or you've got a little puppy, you can sprinkle them in, snuffle it all in so they're all going in deep, and then they snuffle around and they're awesome. It's using their nose, it's using their brain. It takes them 10 minutes to eat a tiny handful of food. So I had to include these on my top 5. This is one that was made, but you can buy these. They cost about a tenner on Amazon. My advice, felt work's not really my thing. I'd just buy one, to be honest. I thought it'd be a fun activity. It'll only take 10 minutes. Doesn't take 10 minutes, takes forever. Just go and buy one. So yeah, Snuffle Mat, love them. Coming in at number 4 for me is the Licky Mat. They do these in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. Now I've got 2 of these relatively new ones. These ones have got quite thicker ridges in them, so you can fit lots more food in. These are awesome. They are all, I think, dishwasher safe. I don't know if this one is. Doesn't say. Must do somewhere. But yeah, love them. I spread them with normally either button-up box, 4th Glade. I spread, any food they can eat instantly. Mushed up banana, sweet potato, coconut oil, peanut butter, liver paste, anything you want to put on these. Yeah, these ones are good as well. You can see Chester got a little bit too excited when he was having this one, so he started licking it. Again, not the sort of thing you can necessarily leave a dog with. One of my dogs I would be happy to leave this with. The other one, I think he'd start to, he definitely would start to sort of gnaw it a little bit. It's all safe and stuff for them, but still not brilliant. You don't really want them going through that. That is number 4. Number 5, number 3, number 2, number 1, number 3. Can't get my numbers right today. Number 3 is the Busy Buddy Squirrel Dude. Okay, I absolutely love this thing. 1, because it's cute as hell and it looks like a little squirrel, and secondly because it's got a treat meter on the bottom. So I don't know if you can see that. Let's hope. So those 4 spikes there, you can cut them down. So dependent on how big your treats are that you're putting in, essentially you just put dry kibble in. Put dry kibble in, dry treats in, they knock them around, pick them up, shake them out. And if you put treats in and you can't get any out yourself, then you cut one of these off, or you cut a little bit off, and you keep cutting them down until it's the perfect size. So you want it so that the dog can get them out, but not so it's too easy. You don't want them just falling straight out. You want them to have to shake it around a little bit and throw it around. But yeah, the Busy Buddy Squirrel Dude comes in at number 3 for me, and I absolutely love it. Now, number 2 and number 1, that's a hard choice for me. And what comes in at number 2, nearly like that close, is nearly number 1 for me. And it's one that I don't think many people use, and it is the Kong Stuffable. So, Kong will tell you that you have to buy their special treats and stuff them in the side here, and then you squirt their paste in the middle, and that's what Kong will tell you that you're supposed to do with these. And I've never used it for one of those. This is actually my dog's, and I still use this today. I put his kibble inside there, so just normal dog biscuits, put inside, and then they roll it around. And as they roll it around, some will fall out. And then when it gets to the end, he normally brings it to me and I help him get the last couple out. But they're like the perfect size for them to roll around and treats to fall out. And I absolutely love these. I fed Buddy with one of these every day for the first year, and still do occasionally, because it would take him 5-10 minutes to get it out. And I used to do scent work with it. So I would teach him to find this smell and to find treats, and I would hide it, pack it full of treats, hide it in the corner somewhere, let him in the room, let him find it. It takes him 5 minutes to find it, then it takes him 10 minutes to get the treats out. He's tired, his brain's fried from searching for treats and then for sniffing and rolling this around. It was so close to getting number 1, but I had to give it to the champion, the king of all enrichment toys, the humble yet effective Kong. I had to, really. I absolutely love these. They're just genius. They're absolutely brilliant. You've got the puppy ones, which are a bit easier to chew. These are both medium size. And then you've got the red ones, which make it a bit harder. The red ones are your sort of standard. If you've got a big, strong chewer, you can get the black ones as well. But a lot of people struggle with Kongs, and I think it's just what they're stuffing in them, or sometimes you need to teach the dog what to do with them. So you need to encourage them to eat from it and squeeze it for them and help them. And if you've got a dog that doesn't like Kongs and isn't really bothered by them, I would start on the puppy ones first. Something a bit easier for them to chew. I would definitely use something like 4th Glade that comes in lots of different flavours. I wouldn't put any dry food in there or biscuits for now and let them fall out. I would be stuffing it with something soft, mushy and wet that they absolutely love. The stinkier the better. which is just what you need for your carpets, isn't it? But yeah, fourth glade I think is one of the best because it's readily available. You can get it everywhere. It lasts forever in the cupboard, and you can get it in every single different flavour. So Kongs are the champion of all enrichment toys. I dare you to challenge me. But those are my top 5, and if I was getting a puppy tomorrow, they would all be on the list. But the challenge for today is I want you to feed your dog only from enrichment toys, only from food toys. Whatever food toys you've got in the house, you don't have to go out and buy stuff, although if you are going to go and buy some Busybuddy stuff, go and have a look on their website because they've got some awesome stuff. Busybuddy do some great stuff, but yeah, you need to feed your dog from enrichment toys for at least the whole day. Now, I did this with, hopefully Sarah's on and Sarah's watching, but I did this with Sarah and Lexi. I asked her just as an experiment to do this, and her dog was a couple of years old at the time, and I said, right, all of the food for the day, I want you to do licky mats, biscuit balls, Kongs, and stuff it all. So we timed it, okay, so she fed from, this is an adult dog, okay, fed from a slow feeder bowl, from start to finish, and we timed it, and she was a bit suspicious as to why we were watching her eat, but we timed it. I wasn't there, but timed it. It was 2 minutes and 47 seconds, something like that, 2 minutes maximum, sort of that sort of time. From a slow feeder bowl, 1 sitting. So that was twice a day. So over the whole day, it was about 5 minutes that she was busy for. We stuffed Kongs, and Sarah did licky mats and biscuit balls and all sorts of stuff, and even stuck a little extra sprat in the end of the Kong, froze some of them, didn't freeze some of them, and it took her over the whole day to eat that whole meal's worth of food, 2.5 hours roughly, which meant Lexi wasn't causing any trouble or getting into any mischief for 2.5 hours. And that helps us twofold, just like I said at the start, because number 1, if they're eating, they're not causing mischief, and number 2, it tires them out. And when we're self-isolating and we can't go on big long walks, and we can't go on the group walks that we normally go on, and we can't necessarily come to training classes, this is one of the things that's going to help us get through it, okay? You need to learn how to stuff Kongs properly, and you need to learn what your dog likes and start being able to feed them from Kongs. Any questions, pop them in the comments below. Tomorrow, day 2, we're going to be talking about DIY enrichment. So we're going to be talking about things that you can do at home with stuff that you'll find lying around the house. Everyone must have tons of loo roll at the minute, apparently. I don't know why we're buying loo roll. Everyone's got tons of it. So there's definitely something we can do with the inside of loo rolls. And there's going to be a few other things. And again, I'll probably go through my top 5 DIY enrichment toys. Cheers, guys.